ambulance.
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a little tired this morning. Stayed up to watch that horrific ending of that Bills game. Wasn't it rough?
Yes, yes. Now, just for those that haven't seen it too often, that I'm a Bills fan. I'm also a Viking fan, and kickers, just I don't know what about the kickers. This is not good luck.
Yeah.
It's not, but it was a close one.
And a cold one.
And a cold one. It was cold this weekend, that's for sure, with wind chills below zero. But say goodbye to those wind chills. We're now entering a slightly warmer weather pattern, sort of a January thaw heading into this week. Look at those current conditions right now as you head across central New York. 12 Westmoreland, 13 Whitesboro, 15 up in Big Moose, 7. And across the Southern Valleys, 9 Sherburne, 7 Norwich, 10 Cooperstown, 14 Oneonta, 9 in Unadilla. And we're continuing to warm up throughout the morning and afternoon as warmer air continues to work in from the south and west. And of course, quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And for today, some sunshine peeking out for parts of this morning and this afternoon. This will be the best chance of seeing sunshine for the next several days as more active weather moves in, heading into tonight, lingering throughout most of the week with chances for some snow, some sleet, some rain here and there. We'll explain it exactly where and when we'll see it coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast, never more than 10 minutes away.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning and welcome back. We're starting out by taking a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet here in central New York. This will not be a common trend this week, though, as a more active weather pattern starts to move in tonight. But tonight will be relatively quiet with just a few spotty snow showers. Our better chance of seeing some snow and some sleet will be tomorrow. And taking a live look at downtown Utica for the Nexus Center camera, currently 14 degrees, so still a bit chilly out there this morning, but things will gradually warm up this afternoon and then remain, you could call it relatively mild, but temperatures will still be in the low 30s, upper 20s for the start of the week, and then even warmer as we approach the end of the week. Heading out to work today, no travel issues are expected for your morning and for your evening commute, with some, again, light spotty snow showers developing as we approach the overnight hours. And lastly, regarding sunshine, we're going to see some sun this morning and parts of this afternoon, but that'll be temporary as we approach Tuesday through Thursday. Again, more overcast skies move in. We're not likely to see a lot of sunshine as we head into the rest of the next 7 days besides today. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In a new wave of students.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Hope everyone stayed warm after a very cold weekend. It was, however, a great weekend to go out and do some skiing. In fact, enjoying some of the fantastic snowfall that had fallen just outside of Tug Hill in the just off of Lake Ontario. But for right now, it's still cold. A live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Still remaining in this cold weather pattern, at least at the start of today. We'll continue to warm up as we approach the afternoon and this evening. In fact, current conditions, 15 degrees out this morning. Calm winds, however, we're saying goodbye to those sub-zero wind chills. And as you can see here, quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. And for today, warming up into the upper 20s, low 30s for highs. Right around average for this time of year now. A normal high 31, normal low 15 degrees. Winds not too bad too. Wind speeds hovering between 3 and 6 miles per hour throughout the day and remaining pretty much quiet. Dry weather, at least until this evening, with a chance of some light snow showers and flurries developing here and there. And you can see right here, those wind chills warming up, and we're not seeing any negatives, any single-digit wind chills, at least for the near term. So you don't have to bring out those multi-layered winter jackets for the next few days. Looking at our Skycast for this morning, we're heading right to it because we've got an active weather pattern moving into our area. Nothing major, but this will be a bit complicated as we approach tomorrow. So for today, some sunshine, our best chance of seeing sunshine this work week as more clouds move in this evening. And then we're seeing a chance of some spotty snow showers here and there. Not expecting a whole lot in terms of any accumulation with this system. Then wind directions start to shift to the west, and then as we approach early Tuesday morning, a few flurries in the air, but again, nothing major. Winter system starts to arrive as a short wave by the afternoon. You can see it start out as some sleet and some snow showers here and there. And then, as the overnight hours arrive, warm air starts to move in. We're right along the mixing line in the atmosphere, basically where precipitation will start to fall as either snow or then sleet, freezing rain, or rain. Adding into the, again, early overnight hours, the mixing line right here. This could shift north or south, but there's potential for some freezing rain on the backside of this system as it departs before it turns over to mostly rain showers and then drying out by Wednesday afternoon. And regarding snowfall, again, the first half of this system is pretty concrete for the most part. 1 to 3 inches of snowfall here and there, but the backside of it is yet to be determined as we need to follow that mixing line. Answer for today, high of 34 degrees, starting out with sunshine, mostly cloudy skies by the evening, and your 7-day forecast. The sunshine for today, not a common trend for the next 7 days. Take a look right here. What is a common trend, however, are the warmer temperatures. A January thaw is arriving this week. High of 35 for tomorrow. Highs in the upper 30s, low 40s for Wednesday through Friday, with still some chance of some rain and snow here and there. So we're entering a more busy weather pattern. Thankfully, not as busy as what we saw with those windstorms and strong snowstorms the past few weeks.
Yeah, wow, what a wild 7-day forecast here in January.
Opposite of this past weekend.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:21. Still ahead at sunrise.
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And that file footage of all that snow is a distant memory, isn't it?
Distant memory, that's for sure. This morning, it's a little bit cold out there, but as we approach the next several days, that snow will start to melt. A January thaw is approaching us, starting this evening and lasting throughout most of this week. We are going to see some snow chances as we head into the next few days, though. But first, enjoy the quiet weather today with some sunshine. And to look at those current conditions as you head out the door this morning. It is currently 13 degrees in Westland and Whitesboro, 14 Little Falls. Even warmer as you hit the big moose with some lingering clouds, 15 degrees up there. In the Southern Valleys, 7 Hamilton and Sherburne, 7 Scnevis, 9 Unadilla. So we're still seeing single-digit temperatures in some locations this morning, but again, we do warm up as we approach this afternoon. Quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and this will be a common trend for most of today, with a chance for a few spotty snow showers and flurries tonight, as temperatures will continue to remain in the upper 20s, low 30s this afternoon. Our best chance of seeing sunshine will, of course, be today. Cloudy skies and more active weather moves in heading into Tuesday, lasting throughout the rest of the work week. We'll explain what days produce some rain and what days produce some snow coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. It is code blue for the homeless. Temperatures are well below 32 degrees. Now, the Rescue Mission of Utica is taking steps to ensure the homeless in our area make it through this winter weather. As a part of the Skills for Success program, the Rescue Mission has partnered with several local organizations to give a small home to a fiscally struggling individual in a price range they can afford. This not only made that person a first-time homeowner, but it also opened up a low-rent apartment for someone else to fill.
What the homeownership center did, they set up a budget so they know she can afford that home. So they work through a budget for her, where otherwise she may not have been able to afford a mortgage or get credit for or have a down payment. But she was able to carry the expenses of a small home when she fully owned it.
The Skills for Success program teaches those struggling with finances some skills to help them make a living wage. The face of homelessness might not be the
Welcome back. It's time now to showcase our first weather photo of the work week, and this one is a really cool one, a zoom up of a snowflake. Look at this right here. This is sent in from Jody using multiple techniques. Some of they mentioned, which was taking a tweezer, grabbing a snowflake and putting it on a platform and shining it with some LED lights to get this beautiful shot right here of a six-sided snowflake. Looks very symmetrical here as well. If you want to send a photo to us on News Channel 2 at sunrise to showcase your weather photo here, submit it on WKTV.com/weather/pics. A live look at current temperatures this morning. Still a bit cold out there. 9 Inlet, 13 Whitesboro, 10 in Cooperstown, but this will not be a common temperature as we approach the next week or so, as even today, those temperatures will continue to climb into the upper 20s to low 30s. Now, looking at our temperature trend for the next 5 or so days, you can see this warming trend, a January thaw. 35 for the high tomorrow, warming up into the 40s by Thursday and Friday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The feds are now looking into a helicopter crash that
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back, Gary. You are right. Oh my gosh. Taking a live look at downtown Utica right now. Quiet conditions this morning. It's a bit cold out there with temperatures hovering in the teens. Dry here in the Mohawk Valley and remaining dry for the most part today. That will change, however, as we approach the next few days into the middle of the work week. Currently 15 degrees at Griffiths and Rome, feels like 15, and we're not tracking any sub-zero wind chills, at least for the near term. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, a live radar. Again, quiet conditions here locally. And as we head throughout the day today, look at this warming trend. We haven't really seen upper 20s, low 30s for the past few days, but here it is. It's feeling a lot more like late January, not feeling like at least an Arctic blast like what we saw over the weekend. And again, regarding those wind chills, we warm up this morning, and as you can see here, those temperatures remain, at least the wind chills, in the 20s, teens, all in the double digits. So we're not expecting any very frigid temperatures in the near term. We're going straight to the Skycast for today because we're remaining quiet for this afternoon. However, active weather begins to arrive as we approach tonight and in tomorrow. So again, partly cloudy skies. Our best chance of seeing sunshine this week will be today. As we approach the evening, increasing clouds and then a chance of a few snow showers and flurries here and there as we approach the overnight hours. And then by tomorrow, you can see a band of some snow showers taking place up in the North Country as that sweeps down. A few lingering flurries by early Tuesday morning. And then by Tuesday afternoon, some snow showers start to develop from a shortwave coming in from the west. And this could mix in with some sleet as well, with those temperatures hovering right around freezing. And then following this system is where things get a bit on the complicated side. We are in between the mixing line in the atmosphere, basically where precipitation will fall either as snow or mix over to sleet, freezing rain, or eventually rain. And we can see that start to develop in the overnight hours to early Wednesday right here. The purples and pinks indicating sleet and freezing rain, as you can see the key up here as well. And then rain showers mixing in following this system. It'll turn over to all rain at least by Wednesday afternoon before things do dry out. And so a look at initial snowfall forecast for this event, roughly 1 to 3 inches before things turn again more complicated as the system continues to pass. And so for today, a high of 34 degrees, partly cloudy skies, quiet weather tonight. A low of 29 with some spotty snow, your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, a high of 35 degrees, snow starts to develop, sleet mixing in here and there, switching over to all rain by Wednesday afternoon, then drying out. And we're still seeing a few chances of some rain showers Thursday and Friday, but the common trend is the more mild conditions. That January thaw is here.
Wow, maybe 50s and 60s next week then.
We'll have to see.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:50 and winds blew through.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I saw you got a nice new sweater from over the weekend here.
Yeah, that's right. The UCFC team rebranded to the Utica Riggies for one game. It was a lot of fun. Take a look at this right here. Look at,
Wow.
you kind of see it. The sweatshirts have a bigger logo, but the Riggies logo right here is so cool.
Yeah.
It also has I think it's the Tony, so it's Riggy Tony. So it's the guy's name is Tony, which is I thought was so cool.
That's awesome. And the game was good, too, huh?
The game was good. Unfortunately, they lost in overtime, but it was such an electric game. It was, I think, they lost 9-8 against one of the better teams in the MASL. But yeah, again, it was a fantastic Sunday game, and I really hope they keep the Riggy name. It's such a cool thing. Like the announcer
Utica
will
Riggies.
say hello to the Utica Riggies.
Yeah, that'd be
so,
neat.
yeah. But anyways, heading to the forecast now. It is cold this morning, but we're going to see some sunshine today, warming up by this afternoon. Let's take a live look at current conditions across central New York. Again, 14 degrees in Big Moose, 13 Whitesboro, 14 at Westmoreland, 16 in Deansboro. Southern Valley is a little colder, 6 Genevas, 9 Cooperstown, 12 in Oneonta. Quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Alive radar. And for today, some sunshine peaks out for some parts of the day today. Increasing clouds this evening, a chance for some spotty light snow showers during the late hours after sunset. We are tracking another chance for some snow tomorrow. That could mix in with some sleet and possible freezing rain. We'll talk all about that in detail in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Let's take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Alive radar. All is quiet here in central New York this morning with some clear skies moving in after some lingering clouds currently taking place just in northern Oneida County, north of the Mohawk Valley. Taking a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Again, same story. Quiet conditions. A bit cold out there, though, with temperatures currently at 14 degrees in the city of Utica. And, of course, heading out the door this morning, looking at quiet conditions for the most part. Partly cloudy skies, a bit on the cold side. Now, you might want to still use your car starter if you want, but not as urgent as sometimes when we have seen those below zero wind chills. But this evening, mostly cloudy. Again, dry weather. A few spotty light snow showers move in heading into the overnight hours. And regarding sunshine, this will be the sunniest day of the work week this week as clouds move in, and they'll continue to remain stubborn between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and into parts of Friday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. This morning we are joined by local...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Monday. After a very cold weekend, things are trending on the warmer side as we approach the coming work week. First, let's take a live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. Quiet conditions, still a bit on the cold side in some locations, falling into the single digits overnight this past night. But here in Utica, currently 16 degrees. In fact, officially at Griffith & Rome with, again, feels like conditions at 16 degrees with calm winds. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet here locally, but this will not be a common trend throughout the work week as more active weather begins to arrive. But what will be common this week will be the more warm temperatures. You can see right here, temperatures climbing right around average, 32 degrees for the high. Some locations reaching a little bit warmer after a very cold start here at 14, 15 degrees early this morning. And again, those wind chills for the next several days, you can see no single digits, no below zero. It's all going to feel a little bit warmer heading into the work week ahead. But first, let's head straight to the Skycast because we've got a few weather systems we're going to be talking about for the next few days, and some of these could be a bit on the complicated side. Starting out this morning, lingering clouds make for some sunshine. Temperatures warming up into the upper 20s to low 30s. Increasing clouds, and then say goodbye to that sunshine as we enter a more cloudy stretch and more active stretch of weather. Starting out this evening, a few spotty light snow showers. Nothing major with this system right here as it passes. Then lingering snow showers up near Lewis County as that continues to shift more southward. And then we're talking about at least a few flurries by early Tuesday morning. Drying out, and then by Tuesday afternoon, a short wave arrives from the west, bringing some snow showers. So the snowflakes could be on the wet side, and it could mix in with some sleet as warmer air continues to move in from the southwest. Following this system, this is where things get a little bit on the complicated side. We're going to be entering the mixing line, basically where snow switches over to sleet and freezing rain up in the atmosphere. And you notice right here, the border is right over our area, and this could still shift north or south. So one of the hardest things to forecast in meteorology is, of course, ice. And as you can see here, some sleet and freezing rain mixes in following this system. And so most likely case is that it will stay south of Route 20, but we're not out of the picture, out of the woods for areas north just yet. Seeing at least a little bit of sleet and freezing rain. Not a major ice storm, but enough to possibly cause some slick spots on less traveled roads and other roads in higher elevations. Regarding snowfall from this event, as you can see here, most of the area will pick up roughly 1 to 3 inches of snowfall. This will be from Tuesday's event, but following this system overnight, where that snow line sets up, is where the greatest uncertainty will unfold. And so for today, a high at 34 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a low of 29 with some spotty light snow showers, and your 7-day forecast. Some sunshine for today, then say goodbye to that sunshine as we enter some snow and some rain showers here and there throughout most of the work week. But those temperatures, complete 180 from this past weekend. We saw even temperatures falling below zero in some spots. Now, 30s and maybe 40s.
Wow, 45 Friday.
Yeah, a bit of a January thaw, warmer weather pattern, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be on the warmer side.
Get out in the yard, clear a little path, and maybe hit the golf ball a little in your yard.
Do some practicing.
Eric, thanks. While winds blew through Georgia.
News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
Storm Tracker 2, Utica Riggies fan.
Utica Riggies fan,
Yes.
Officially. I have the Utica Riggies shirt, the newest branding they came out with, at least for one game.
For the UCFC.
UCFC, for those of you who have not gone to a UCFC game, highly recommend. The team is really good. Unfortunately, they lost yesterday, but it was just an electric atmosphere. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
The players there are great. The atmosphere is great. And, of course, you can still get this, Utica Riggies. And I think if you can look behind me, what is it? The Rigatoni. The mascot's name is Tony.
Rigatoni.
Rigatoni.
Wow.
So yeah. So if you want to head to any event on Sundays, I think there's home games are Sunday at 3. Definitely go to a UCFC game.
Utica.
Utica. The chant there is
It
great
was good
there.
to be inside, though, yesterday. It was darn right cold
Yes,
outside.
that was the thing. It was cold yesterday. It's cold this morning, but we're going to warm up as we head into this afternoon. A live look at current temperatures this morning. Again, bundle up, but not for the entire day today. Temperatures in the teens, 15 Big Moose, 15 Deansboro. Heading to the south, a little bit colder, 8 Cooperstown, 7 Skenevis, and Unadilla. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Quiet conditions this morning. Expect some sunshine moving in for today. Clouds will start to increase as we approach the afternoon and the evening, and a chance of some spotty light snow showers overnight tonight. And again, as we approach in tomorrow, a better chance of seeing some snow showers as we head into a more active weather pattern, along with warmer conditions. We are looking at that, plus what to expect in detail for the full work week ahead coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. With this weather, it is code blue for the homeless. A code blue means temperatures are well below 32 degrees. And as part of the Skills for Success program, the Utica Rescue Mission has partnered with several local organizations to give a home to a fiscally struggling individual in a price range they can afford. Now, this not only made that person a first-time homeowner, but it also opened up a low-rent apartment for someone else to fill.
What the homeownership center did, they set up a budget so they know she can afford that home, so they work through a budget for her, where otherwise she may not have been able to afford a mortgage or get credit for or have a down payment, but she was able to carry the expenses of a small home when she fully owned it.
The Skills for Success program teaches those struggling with finances some skills to help them definitely do better. Well, the face of homelessness might not be the picture you think. We checked in with local school.
Good morning and welcome back to News Channel 2 at sunrise. Of course, it's the new work week. It's time to showcase the newest weather photo of the day. This one, a fantastic photo. Take a look at this right here. A zoomed up picture of a snowflake. And I feel like this is hard to do with the fact that snowflakes do melt fairly quickly. But as you can see here, the person that submitted this, Jody, took a picture of it by taking a snowflake with tweezers and then zooming it in and using an LED light to shine it. A great photo there. If you want to submit your weather photo to us here at News Channel 2, send it to us at wktv.com/weather/pics. And of course, include your name if you do want credit. Those temperatures this morning are still on the cold side. We're not done with the cold just yet, but as we approach the afternoon, things will continue to warm up. 14 Little Falls, 8 Cooperstown, 16 Westmoreland, 13 degrees in inland. But as you take a look at the week ahead, a January thaw begins to arrive. 40s for the high Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You see the high of 45 degrees, above average for this time of year. And of course, sending it back to you, Gary, with a new haircut.
That's right, Eric. I'm unveiling my new hairdo. I hope you like it right here.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. After a frigid weekend, things are trending on the warmer side as we approach the work week this week. Now, here currently in downtown Utica, we're seeing a blanket of clouds generally north of the Mohawk Valley. You can see the southernmost extent of this cloud layer right here. Some clear skies in the very corner of your screen right here. And this cloud layer will continue to whisk away to the north, and some sunshine will peek out for some of us this morning before more cloudy conditions move in as you approach the middle of the work week. Currently 16 degrees at Griffith and Rome, so still a bit cold out there this morning, but this won't be a common temperature as we approach the next few days as warmer conditions do arrive for most of the work week. Quiet on the Oakville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and a look at those temperatures expected for today. Highs approaching the low 30s, so a bit average for this time of year. And again, we're not seeing any very frigid wind chills for the near term. Look at these wind chills in the next few days. No single digits, no below zero. We're entering a more typical weather pattern, at least for the next few days. Then an above average warmer weather pattern as we head into Wednesday through Friday. Now let's head straight to the Skycast because we were talking about some snow, possibly a wintry mix developing in some locations. So I want to head straight to that forecast. So for today, lingering clouds, maybe there's some sunshine this morning. Clouds start to move in this afternoon and then of course say goodbye to the sunshine. We're not seeing a lot of that following today. A chance for some spotty snow showers tonight. This is not going to produce anything major. It's a weak disturbance moving over central New York. Snow showers taking place up in Lewis County by the overnight hours, sweeping south, producing a few flurries from lake effect here in parts of the Mohawk Valley by early Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon is when things get a little bit on the busy side. It's not anything major, but this could produce some wet snow, maybe some sleet, as a snowy system moves over the area heading into Tuesday evening into Tuesday night. Then the complicated part of this forecast, one of the most complicated things to forecast in meteorology, of course, is ice. And we're talking about the mixing line developing right over central New York, right here. And this is early Wednesday morning. And as you can see here, the pinks and purples, a very small area of purple there indicating freezing rain and sleet. And this could still shift north or south. There's such a fine line between snow, sleet, and freezing rain. We won't exactly know where it sets up until the event starts to develop. What we can tell you is the most likely scenario of this happening will be, of course, in the southern valleys, snow switching over to sleet and eventually freezing rain before finally over to rain showers by late Wednesday morning. Regarding snowfall from this system, we're thinking generally 1 to 3 inches of snow. Then, due to sleet mixing in, it's not looking to stick around or accumulate too much. Following that, though, is when things get a little bit more uncertain. Our model here is showcasing 4 to 7 in the dark blues, but again, that mixing line plays a key role in exactly who sees those higher totals, most likely north of the Mohawk Valley. And so for today, high 34 degrees, partly cloudy skies tonight, a low of 29, spotty snow showers, your 7-day forecast. Quiet today, spotty snow tonight, then heading into the next 7 days, warming up a little bit. Some snow on Tuesday, wintry mix develops Tuesday night, early Wednesday, then more rain showers in the forecast Wednesday through Friday.
So not too bad, except for that Wednesday morning commute possibly, right?
Yeah, we're thinking maybe Tuesday evening as well. We got to find out where that mixing line sets up, and we'll get more data throughout the morning.
We'll stick with you.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. The time right now is 6:52.
You're watching News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11 with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a lot of us suffering this morning from that Bills playoff fatigue. It seems year after year we get...
Something happens
Yeah.
with the game with Tyreek Hill, 15 seconds left. Go ahead, and of course this year with the kick, and kind of reminiscent of the kick that happened back in the 90s. And for me, as a Viking fan and a Bills fan, us and kickers, we don't get along.
Yeah.
No.
But it was a good day to watch at home because it was so cold outside.
Yeah, it was cold. Possibly a great day to spend time inside and get some pizza or some chili. And this morning, a similar story. It's starting out on the cold side, but we're warming up this week. We're entering a January thaw. Today, though, we're going to see some sunshine peeking out, the quietest day of the work week, as some rain and snow chances move in later on, heading into tonight and then for most of the work week. Local temperatures: 15 Big Moose, 14 Deansboro, 18 Westmoreland, 14 Little Falls. Heading to the south, 7 Cooperstown, 5 in Schenevus. Where those clear skies set up, those temperatures have free fall. You can see 5 in Sherburne and at Norwich as well. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are quiet here for your Monday morning. No impacts expected for your travel to and from work today. With lingering clouds this morning, making up some peaks of sunshine this afternoon. Then clouds move in and then, unfortunately, say goodbye to the sunshine as we enter a cloudy and unsettled stretch of weather with some rain and snow showers in the forecast. We'll let you know exactly what days you see rain, what days you see snow, and the potential for some wintry mixed situations coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thank you. The Biden administration is...
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Monday. After a very cold weekend, things are gradually going to be warming up as you head into the work week this week. A live look at downtown Utica, a beautiful sunrise to start out your Monday with clouds gradually coming to an end. And as you can see here, nice purple and red on this sunrise out looking to the east. A live look at current conditions too. 17 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. Feels like 17, so not too bad out. And the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 top of the radar showing all quiet conditions here locally. What to expect for today? Well, temperatures warming up into the upper 20s, low 30s. A huge contrast relatively to this past weekend with those wind chills hovering in the single digits and below zero. And looking at those feels like temperatures, you can see upper 20s, not teens, not single digits, not below zero. So we are entering a much more, at least typical winter weather pattern for the next few days, and then above average by the end of the week. Wind chills expected the next few days, again remaining in the 20s, double digits, no below zero or single digits expected. And heading to our Skycast for today, because we're going to be talking about some unsettled weather over the next few days, and some of it could be a bit tricky to forecast. First, though, this morning, those morning clouds coming to an end. We are tracking some sunshine this afternoon, at least the late morning to early afternoon. More clouds begin to move in, heading into the late afternoon, early evening. And then a chance some spotty light snow showers, nothing major for tonight, right around 7 p.m. onwards as a weak system moves over to the area. Then lingering lake effect north in the Lewis County region as that system sweeps south. A few flurries by early Tuesday morning in the Mohawk Valley, but again, not like anything major. Our system we're tracking right here starts out as snow, wet snow, maybe some sleet mixing in, that sleety type of snow. Pretty much throughout the afternoon on Tuesday. Tuesday night is when things get a bit on the tricky side. We're basically right along the mixing line, and we could see some sleet, freezing rain along this border right here. We're thinking the most likely area of seeing this freezing rain turning over to rain will be south of Route 20, but this line could still shift north or south before it switches over to all rain and then drying out by Wednesday afternoon. And so regarding snowfall, for the system arriving tomorrow, we're thinking roughly 1 to 3 inches with isolated higher totals in the dark blue north of the Mohawk Valley in the evening. Today, high of 34. Tonight, a low of 29. Spotty snow showers. Warmer temperatures continue to arrive by this week.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. We begin with the weather, and after a brutally cold weekend, we are warming up and will continue to do so to the point that later this week we could see 45 degrees. Quite the turnaround. Meteorologist Eric Gage has more on this warming trend over in the Weather Center. Good afternoon to you, Eric.
Good afternoon, Gary. Yeah, that's right. We were exiting a very cold weekend and entering a relatively mild stretch of weather. It's still going to feel cold out, at least by January standards, with temperatures in the 30s and eventually low 40s by the end of the week. A live look across central New York. We're seeing some sunshine peeking out this morning and clouds starting to move in this afternoon as our next weather system approaches us from the west. Currently 27 degrees with some sunshine at Griffith Rome. Feels like 20, but monitoring that dew point, very dry air near the surface will prevent this next system from producing snow, at least earlier on this afternoon. And you can see right here some spotty snow showers starting to arrive from the west. Again, this will not reach the surface initially, but as we approach the evening hours, these spotty snow showers will continue to fall over central New York. And again, for today, partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds this afternoon. And again, as we approach tonight, spotty snow showers. We have another snow system tomorrow that could produce a wintry mix and possible freezing rain in some spots. We'll let you know exactly where that happens in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Rome police are looking for your help.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. After a very cold weekend, things are trending slightly warmer this week. Not insanely warm, but enough to cause a January thaw later on in the week. A live look at downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. After plentiful blue skies this morning, some clouds are starting to move in from the west, approaching, at least ahead of a next approaching weather system, bringing in some spotty light snow showers across parts of the area. This will be one of the last times we're going to see some of that blue sky, at least for this week, as more unsettled weather and cloudy conditions arrive here locally. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar showing quiet conditions here in central New York, but you can see the leading edge of some light snow starting to form just over Lake Ontario west of Oswego. Looking at the live satellite feed, we can see that the clouds are starting to move in from the west and will remain on the mostly cloudy sky aside for this afternoon and this evening. Another thing too, it's a lot warmer here in Oneida County. Griffith Rome is 16 degrees warmer than it was 24 hours ago. Over the weekend, again, it was very cold with sub-zero wind chills. We're not going to see any sub-zero wind chills for the week ahead. As you take a look at those afternoon temperatures, remaining in the low to I would say peaking at 33 degrees for the high today. Another thing, too, is regarding the rain and snowfall chance. It'll be primarily snow. Again, we are below freezing. Starts to increase as we approach the evening hours, but still low. The snow showers tonight will be spotty and not widespread, but our next chance of seeing some more widespread snow will be tomorrow. So looking at our timeline of weather events over today and into Wednesday, spotty snow tonight, widespread snow for tomorrow afternoon, generally 1 to 3 inches for the entire event lasting into Wednesday morning. Isolated higher totals in higher elevations north of the Mohawk Valley. The main concern will be some slick spots from patchy freezing rain early Wednesday morning, primarily in the southern valleys. And what we mean by that is we take a look at our skycast. Again, spotty snow showers for today, this evening and tonight. Lake effect snow starts to develop off of Lake Ontario and Lewis County. A few lingering flurries early Tuesday, but that's not a bit of a concern. We're going to see widespread snow move in from the west by at least tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Following that, additional snow showers expected overnight. But you can see right here some pinks moving in. We're going to have some stubborn cold air near the surface, and that could cause some slick spots on untreated roads and, of course, less traveled roads as well as we approach tomorrow. And so again, for today, a high of 34 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Tonight, a low of 28 with some spotty snow. Your 7-day forecast. Some moderate to light snow showers for Tuesday afternoon and evening. Turning over to freezing rain, eventually rain Wednesday. Again, could see some slick spots on less traveled roads in the southern valleys on Wednesday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. In Britain, Sarah Ferguson. Now for a first look at the weather in this half hour. Once again, here is meteorologist Eric Gage.
The cold is saying goodbye to our area, at least the bitter cold. The temperatures this afternoon are going to continue to climb into the low 30s. Here's a live look across central New York. We saw plenty of sunshine this morning, but clouds are continuing to increase. One thing we've noticed too are the shadows of the cameras, as you can see here on the Mesnet camera network. And I'll mention why that's important in just a second. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Things are quiet here locally right now. We're tracking some snow starting to fall out in western New York. This will be delayed at least until later on this evening as some spotty snow showers continue to develop. One thing we're mentioning too, zooming all the way out to the most northern point in the United States, if I can pronounce this correctly, it's this Inuit name, Utqiagvik. Up there, which was formerly known as Barrow, is going to be seeing its first sunrise of the year. It's been dark the entire winter as it was above the Arctic Circle. It's the heads up of that. Here's a live look at Utqiagvik in Alaska. You can see it's dark right now, but it's going to see finally some sunshine as we approach the next day or so. And again, here locally today, that sunshine making way for some mostly cloudy skies. A few spotty snow showers tonight. We're tracking more chance for snow tomorrow and the potential for a wintry mix in some locations. We'll explain exactly where coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Millions of Americans who've been dealing with the bitter.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. After a sunny start to your day today, clouds are starting to move in as our next weather system begins to arrive. This won't be anything major. We're not tracking any major winter weather system or, in fact, any general weather system for the next several days. But taking a live look at downtown Utica right now, clouds have continued to move in under mostly cloudy skies. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. Here in central New York, things are quiet. Turning our attention out to the west, we are seeing some snow showers continue to develop just outside west of Oswego. And we got dry air near the surface, so this won't initially fall this afternoon. It'll take a little bit for the atmosphere to saturate before these snow showers begin to develop. They're going to be spotty in nature, so not everyone will see these snow showers. A live look at the satellite, we can see those clouds continuing to move in. And unfortunately, we're saying goodbye to the sunshine for at least the next few days as generally cloudy pattern moves in for most of the next several days. We're still well above the temperature we saw 24 hours ago, 16 degrees warmer than it was yesterday. So again, we are exiting that very frigid weather pattern, entering a much more seasonable January weather pattern. Highs for the day climbing into the low 30s. Wind chills not too bad, and a look at what to expect for at least rain or snow for the next few days. Starting out tonight, spotty snow starts to develop in some locations, and a lingering lake effect and a few flurries by early tomorrow. Widespread snow tomorrow afternoon. We're thinking generally 1 to 3 inches of snow for most of central New York. Again, this is for the entire event. It's not going to fall all at once. Then there could be some higher totals isolated in higher elevations north of the Mohawk Valley. We're thinking maybe 1 to 2 inches more, but nothing that much higher. Slick spots from patchy freezing rain early Wednesday morning, primarily in the southern valleys. This won't be a major ice storm or anything, but with some warm air aloft and cold air stubborn near the surface, there could be enough potential for freezing rain to form and cause some slick spots on less traveled roads. And so again, in our skycast for tonight, we're seeing a few spotty snow showers push through, a few lake effect flurries falling in the Mohawk Valley by early tomorrow morning. Then widespread snow moves into the area. It's going to produce more sleety type snow. The snow isn't going to be able to form very easily as it falls. But following this system, we're going to see the back end of this produce, you can see right here, some pink indicating freezing rain right here. Maybe some sleet mixing into the back end of this, but warm air eventually moves in and it switches over to light rain showers by the end of this. And again, look at that map of overall snowfall totals for most of this event. You can see here that most of central New York will remain in the 1 to 3 inch range with isolated higher totals in that dark blue area north. And for today, high at 34 degrees, partly cloudy skies, increasing clouds this afternoon and tonight. Below 29 with spotty snow showers, and your 7-day forecast. We're saying goodbye to those very Arctic wind chills we saw over the weekend. But as we approach these next few days, warming up into the 30s and eventually 40s. So that January thaw is here.
Looks like tonight's chilly, though, huh?
Yeah, it's chilly tonight, but at least compared to the past few nights, not too bad.
Eric, thanks. Well, with these frigid temperatures, then a warm-up.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis, we're warming up.
We are warming up. Temperatures are going to be above freezing for most of the week, but before we get there, we have a little bit of winter weather to deal with. Tonight, it's flurries. Tomorrow, it's going to be widespread snow. Tomorrow night, a little bit of light icing. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. If you're heading out this evening, again, don't be surprised if you see a few flurries in the air. This really doesn't cause any issues on the roadways. Very little accumulation is expected. We have a winter weather advisory for Otsego and Chenango counties. Again, we're tracking a wintry mix as we head into tomorrow night, and that could affect more than just the southern valleys. Current temperature is 31 degrees. We're tracking against some flurries tonight, widespread steady snow tomorrow, and again, a wintry mix, which does turn over to rain as we head into tomorrow night and Wednesday. This evening, a couple of flurries in the air, temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. Again, we're tracking the timing of widespread light snow tomorrow and how much accumulates, and that's coming up. Takes it back to you.
Bill, thank you. Cosby Road in North Utica.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're continuing to track some milder weather that will be moving in throughout the week. Before we get there, though, we do have some light snow chances ahead. This is a live look in Old Forge tonight. Current temperature 27. We've got lots of twilight these days. In fact, the sunset officially becomes 5 p.m. Tomorrow. That'll be the first time the sun sets after 5 all year, and it's been the last time since November. Next week, we'll continue to see brighter evenings as the sunset continues to get later and later. By next month, it'll be about 5:45. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Widespread light flurries are moving in from the west. These are all part of a very weak disturbance. We're not expecting much accumulation with this, but again, do expect to see some light snow showers tonight, as well as into very early tomorrow. By the morning, again, most of it is over, looking at dry conditions. Steady snow develops tomorrow afternoon. This is expected to produce an inch or two of accumulation by the evening, so there could be some slippery spots on the roads tomorrow afternoon. Otherwise, the weather shouldn't be too bad here. Not looking at any big impacts on travel, at least for the next 36 hours. Temperatures are going to continue to warm up. In fact, by the middle of the week, we'll stay above freezing. Temperatures climb into the mid-40s by Thursday and Friday. The overnight lows, again, look to stay above freezing. So we're going to have a prolonged January thaw as we head into the end of the week. Whitesboro, 34 degrees. Westmoreland, 32. Little Falls, 30. Inlet, 27. Across the Southern Valleys, Cooperstown, 31. Oneonta, 28. Skinevus with 30. Again, some light snow works in from the west this evening and tonight. Again, just a couple of flurries around. Little accumulation is expected. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. On Tuesday, we start out dry. The morning commute should be pretty quiet. Cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 20s. Steady snow breaks out tomorrow afternoon. This could be just enough to cause a few slippery spots by the evening commute. Temperatures will remain in the low 30s. Widespread snow starts to mix in with some sleet and freezing rain tomorrow night, and this could make for some tricky travel into Wednesday morning. And then temperatures will climb above freezing Wednesday with highs in the mid-30s. We do pick up a light snowfall tomorrow and into tomorrow night. A general inch or two of accumulation is expected, less across the Southern Valleys and about 1 to 3 inches of accumulation across the Adirondacks. Again, some of this mixes in with some sleet and freezing rain as we head into tomorrow night, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, flurries, low of 28. Tomorrow, snow developing in the afternoon. Again, it's light, but it's steady enough where it could cause a few slippery spots. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It is a mild week ahead. It's supposed to be the coldest time of the year, but temperatures look to climb into the 40s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday, with some rain chances ahead, melting a lot of the snow that's on the ground.
Well, it was freezing last week, so.
Yes, big changes ahead.
Big changes. Bill, thank you.
Well, various weather patterns are impacting millions of Americans differently.
70 million people under various winter weather alerts. Ivan Rodriguez has the latest.
So far this month, back-to-back winter storms killed more than 80 people across 13 states. Severe conditions leaving people crushed under fallen trees, trapped in tornadoes, or involved in snowy car accidents. For Andre Murray, a volunteer at a homeless shelter in Kansas City, Missouri, it meant losing a friend.
We are family, we love each other, and we look out for each other, we pray for each other, but it's sad.
Now, nearly 70 million people from northern Texas to the Great Lakes are under winter weather alerts Monday. Weather officials and several local transportation departments urging people to use caution when driving or to just stay home.
Can I say crazy, but with the capitals?
In Michigan City, Indiana, Dave Westfall says he's been working nonstop for the last 3 days, plowing snow for residents and businesses.
I'm at people's beck and call because, number one, they have to get out. You know, I cater to the elderly. You know, thank God I got all new equipment.
Along the Gulf Coast and portions of the Southeast, approximately 37 million people are under threat of flash flooding and excessive rainfall this week. Rainfall totals over the next 5 days may reach 5 to 6 inches, with localized areas getting higher amounts. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Students on Broadway coming up a big state grant sends.
Get you back to Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
So we're talking about the possibility of a wintry mix moving into the area tomorrow night. And just for review, what exactly causes a wintry mix and why are we talking about the possibility of sleet and freezing rain instead of snow or rain? Well, it's the way to understand this is to look at the atmosphere three-dimensionally. We're going to use augmented reality to do that. This is a scenario in the middle where you can have some ice, freezing rain and sleet, and this happens when warm air aloft causes snow to melt into rain, and then as that rain comes down to the surface, if it freezes before it hits the ground, it becomes sleet. If it freezes on the ground, it forms a glaze, so we call that freezing rain. And this is a scenario we're expecting tomorrow night as warm air starts to move into central New York. It initially starts out as snow, and then we could see that transition over to sleet and freezing rain, especially south of the Mohawk Valley tomorrow night. That surge of warm weather also bumps the temperatures up later this week. We're expecting high temperatures to be in the mid-40s by Thursday and Friday, and the overnight lows look to be above freezing, so some very, very mild weather on the way. It's not going to feel warm, but it's going to be quite warm for this time of the year. We're supposed to be in the coldest part of the entire year. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few snow showers out there this evening. Keep that in mind if you're taking the dog for a walk. Temperatures will be in the low 30s. Tonight's featured dogs, Frazzle and Lulu from Salisbury Center. And if you want to be part of this, head to Facebook. Just search for Skycast WKTV. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. Tracking this wintry mix for tomorrow night. Look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Many local students are going to have a chance to see a Broadway.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We're continuing to track some milder weather moving in, and we're also going to track some snow and a wintry mix. But before we get there, we're going to take a look at Utqiagvik in Alaska. Now, what are we doing here, and why are we looking at the northern part of Alaska tonight? Well, this place has been, they haven't seen the sun since November 19th, and tomorrow the sun is going to rise for the first time this year. It'll be in the sky for about an hour, but this is kind of like the very beginning of spring. By the way, this place formerly known as Barrow, Alaska. And again, they'll be celebrating that tomorrow. And also, again, we'll be also celebrating more sunshine and more daylight as we move forward. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Widespread light snow showers are approaching from the west. This is part of a very weak disturbance. And it doesn't create a lot of snow tonight, so impact on roadways will be very minor. But don't be surprised if there's a few flurries out there tonight. We'll dry out tomorrow morning, and then some steadier snow will arrive tomorrow afternoon from a separate weather system, and that will be bringing us some steady accumulating snow later in the day. Temperatures are going to be warming up in the wake of this weather system. We'll climb into the 40s as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. But more impressively, look at the overnight lows. In the mid to upper 30s Wednesday night, maybe not even dropping below 40 Thursday night. So some very mild weather. A pretty significant January thaw is on the way. Skywatchers, Whitesboro 29 degrees, New Hartford 32, Deerfield 32, Curtis 27, Old Forge 26, Cooperstown 32, and Worcester checking in with 32 degrees. There's going to be a stalled front that moves across central New York tomorrow. And there's going to be some waves of low pressure that go along with it. So that's why we're seeing this wintry mix. Eventually, as it surges to the north and brings the warm weather, that snow will turn over to wintry mix over to rain. Tonight, looking at just a few flurries, overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. We're dry tomorrow morning. The morning commute should be fine. By the afternoon, snow breaks out between about noon to 2 p.m. It becomes widespread steady, and there will be a light accumulation on the ground by the evening time and a few slippery spots. Temperatures will be in the low 30s. Snow turns over to sleet and freezing rain tomorrow night, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. That could create some slippery conditions Wednesday morning, and then we'll climb above freezing Wednesday afternoon. 1 to 3 inches of snowfall accumulation tomorrow and tomorrow night for areas north of the Mohawk Valley, coating to as much as 2 inches of snowfall expected in and south of the Mohawk Valley, with a wintry mix taking place too tomorrow night, especially south of, again, the Mohawk Valley. Tonight, flurries, a low temperature of 28 tomorrow. Snow develops in the afternoon. Again, an inch or two of accumulation by the evening and a couple of slippery spots. High temperatures again in the low 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Mild weather. Temperatures soar into the 40s this week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday experiencing some rain. Temperatures again at night stay above freezing. Cloudy, dry over the weekend, and some cooler weather returns by Monday with highs in the upper 20s. We'll be right back.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Tracking a few flurries in the air tonight. The bigger story is a push of mild air. You've already noticed it today as temperatures have surged into the 30s after being and feeling like single digits for a good portion of the weekend. We're tracking a few flurries in the air tonight. It's a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. These will be heading to the east and really not producing much accumulation. We've got winter weather advisories issued this afternoon for tomorrow night for Shenango and Otsego County. These areas could see a wintry mix, and that could be more predominant in the Mohawk Valley too, again for tomorrow night. Current temperatures 33 degrees, again a lot milder tonight compared to the weekend. Flurries overnight. The snow becomes steadier tomorrow, especially in the afternoon and early evening, before it starts to mix with sleet and freezing rain and changing over to rain as we head into Wednesday. This evening, flurries in the air, temperatures in the upper 20s to low 30s. Again, tracking a surge of some milder weather. Look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
Cosby Road in North Utica was closed for several hours today as the Mohawk Valley Water Authority investigated a leak.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Much warmer weather moving into Central New York today. Again, it's all relative. Yesterday and into Saturday, we had wind chills that were in the single digits. It's sometimes below zero. And then you compare it to a day like today, it actually kind of feels balmy outside, right? Temperatures in the 20s to low 30s. This is a live look in Old Forge. By the way, we've been gaining daylight. Tomorrow, the sunset is officially after 5 o'clock for the first time this year. It's been since November since we've been able to do that. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Widespread light snow is approaching from the west. These are mainly flurries, and they don't look to accumulate. Just a light dusting of snow is expected tonight as this very weak disturbance moves through. Another one arrives tomorrow. This is expected to bring a snow accumulation to our area in the afternoon. We're thinking a general 1 to 2 inches of snowfall, but it could be just enough to make things slippery, again, for the afternoon and evening commute. And then snow showers tomorrow evening will eventually turn over to a wintry mix as we head into tomorrow night, and that will cause additional travel issues, especially heading into Wednesday morning. Have a look at the temperatures. They're on their way up. This warm weather that we're seeing today is only going to continue to ramp up here throughout the week. Our warmest days look to be Thursday and Friday with highs in the mid-40s. And remarkably, it looks like we're going to stay above freezing for several days, even at night. Overnight lows don't look to drop below freezing again until the weekend, and that is very unusual for the end of January. Temperatures from our Skywatchers: Mike in New Hartford 32, Forestport 25, Old Forge 26, Norway Donna with 30 degrees, across Southern Valley, Stewart and Cooperstown with 32, Edmonston with 30. There's a weak disturbance moving through our area tonight. Again, a couple of flurries. A stationary front, a front that doesn't move, will pretty much set up across central New York tonight and bring another wave of low pressure in that brings us more snow tomorrow. So again, a few flurries out there tonight, little accumulation. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. We're dry tomorrow morning. Temperatures look to start out in the upper 20s with cloudy skies. The morning commute should be fine. In the afternoon, widespread steady snow looks to develop. This is these expected conditions at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, temperatures will be in the low 30s, steady snowfall. Snow showers by tomorrow evening, a few slippery spots on the roadways. Then we're expecting a wintry mix to arrive tomorrow night. Looking at the possibility of some sleet and freezing rain, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. Temperatures on Wednesday will climb above freezing, so some icy weather possible in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we should just see wet roadways as temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s. There will be some snow accumulation tomorrow. Again, most of this falls in the afternoon. A trace to 2 inches in the Mohawk and Southern Valleys, 1 to 3 inches expected across the North Country. And again, some wintry mix is expected across the Mohawk Valley heading into tomorrow night. Flurries tonight, low of 28. Tomorrow, we start out dry. Snow develops in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the low 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. A mild week ahead. Rain chances Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This is light rain. This is not going to be anything heavy, so I don't think flooding is going to be an issue here. Into the weekend, cloudy skies. Temperatures remain pretty mild. Again, not bad for the coldest time of the year.
Bill, thank you.
Coming up on News Channel 2 at 6, the best play meteorologist Bill Curtis, and a few flurries tomorrow. Winter weather alerts. Where are we with that tonight?
Well, we are expecting winter weather across all of central New York, but the National Weather Service is highlighting a couple of counties in particular, Shenango, Otsego County. These counties are more likely to see some ice, a little bit of sleet and freezing rain tomorrow night. So It's not that the threat is completely off the table elsewhere, but those counties in particular will be more vulnerable to ice tomorrow night. We expect to see widespread snow return to central New York as we head into tomorrow. We have a couple of flurries on the radar this evening. Our current temperature is 31 degrees, cloudy skies, calm winds. And again, looks like the flurry activity will continue through tonight. Very little accumulation is expected. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Overnight lows drop into the upper 20s tonight. We're tracking widespread snow tomorrow, again mixing especially south of the Mohawk Valley with some sleet and freezing rain. Some warmer weather on the way, too. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, a local contractor facing charges for taking money.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in Old Forge tonight, a temperature of 27. This place, along with many others, will be seeing that snowpack being whittled away as we've got some much warmer weather that'll be taking place throughout the week. Temperatures are expected to climb and stay above freezing for a large portion of time, a long portion of time, I should say, as we head later into the week. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. A few light snow showers and flurries are taking place, especially north up towards Boonville and Old Forge. Very little accumulation is expected. Steadier snow develops tomorrow afternoon, and this is going to create some slippery roads by the evening time. A general 1 to 2 inches of accumulation is expected, but the snow is going to be thicker than what we're used to, with temperatures right around freezing. That snow, even just an inch or two, could make the roads slippery. By the evening, just a few light snow showers, and temperatures will continue to climb. Warmer weather ahead. Again, we're expecting a significant January thaw. Temperatures in the 40s this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday. And the overnight lows look to be above freezing too. So again, a lot of the snow that's out there is going to be melting here as we head throughout the week. Temperatures tonight will stay below freezing. And again, then we'll start to see some of that warmer weather ahead. The bigger picture shows a weak disturbance in place, producing a few light snow showers and flurries. What's happening is a stationary front is in place, and that will bring another area of low pressure to our region. We've got kind of a mini highway of storm systems in place, and again, that's going to bring us a wide variety of precipitation here beginning tomorrow. Tonight, the weather looks pretty quiet again, aside from a few flurries. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. Tomorrow starts out dry. By the afternoon, some light snow breaks out, and this is the scene by 2 p.m. Widespread steady snowfall. The roads will be slippery by the evening. Temperatures will still be around 30 degrees. Tomorrow night is when we can start to see a wintry mix as warmer air works in from the south. This could fall as some sleet and freezing rain, especially south of the Mohawk Valley tomorrow night. By early Wednesday, a few icy spots in the morning, and then things start to dry out. Temperatures climb above freezing. In terms of snow accumulation, most areas pick up just a coating to an inch or two, especially in and south of the Mohawk Valley. North of the Mohawk Valley, 1 to 3 inches of accumulation. This is through tomorrow night. And again, that wintry mix is expected south of the Mohawk Valley. Flurries tonight, a low of 28. Tomorrow we start out dry. We'll see some snow in the afternoon. Temperatures climb into the low 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Warmer weather ahead. High of 40 on Wednesday. Rain showers Thursday and Friday. The rain won't be all that heavy here as we look ahead, so I don't expect flooding to be a big concern. But yeah, looks like we're going to lose a lot of the snow. It's supposed to be the coldest time of the year.
What are you going to do?
It is what it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bill. Well, once we get through all this, and while we do have some snow in the forecast for tomorrow, like you've been talking since last Friday, hey, we're going to see rain this week and warmer temperatures.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it really ramps up this week. And it's not just the daytime high temperatures, it's really the overnight low temperatures, because we climb above freezing and we stay above freezing, which means the snow is going to be melting during the day and also at night. So, yeah, we're going to be getting into one of those patterns. A winter weather advisory in effect for Shenango and Otsego counties. These counties in particular for the possibility of sleet and freezing rain. The chance is going to be a little bit higher south of the Mohawk Valley compared to the Mohawk Valley and North Country. But I do want to stress that just about all of us have at least a chance of seeing a light wintry mix heading into tomorrow night. Just a better chance to the south. Current temperature is 33 degrees. It's mild out there tonight. Temperatures are just above freezing, at least at Griffiths. We do have some light snow showers falling across the North Country. Those snow showers will be coming to an end tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. We're tracking a round of widespread snow for tomorrow afternoon before it starts to mix in with some sleet and freezing rain. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. New tonight, a local contractor.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're taking a live look in Old Forge, a temperature of 27, and it was a winter wonderland here over the weekend. We had some very cold weather, but things have changed today as temperatures have climbed above freezing in the Mohawk Valley, and the temperatures looking ahead are likely going to climb well above freezing. We're going to lose a decent chunk of snowpack across the area. Some flurries continue north of the Mohawk Valley tonight, especially up towards Old Forge, Lewis County, the Tug Hill. This is going to be very light. We are not expecting much accumulation. Flurries around overnight. Tomorrow we start out dry. Widespread snow arrives in the afternoon. This could be just enough to cause some slippery roads, thinking the late afternoon to early evening. And by the late evening, the snow showers become much lighter and really shouldn't cause any big problems on the roads. Temperatures are warming up. In fact, we're talking about highs in the upper 40s by Thursday and Friday. And it's not just the high temperatures, but the low temperatures that are really astounding here. It looks like we're going to have a long stretch of time where temperatures stay above freezing beginning Wednesday and likely lasting into Saturday. Looks like we won't fall below freezing again until Saturday evening. So we look at the radar and satellite image, scattered snow showers to the north, a very weak disturbance in place. We will see the next one arrive as we head into tomorrow. We've got a stalled front across central New York, and it's going to serve as a highway for weather systems. And again, it does look like a pretty active pattern ahead. Tonight, cloudy skies, overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. Tomorrow, we start out the day dry. The morning commute should be fine. In the afternoon, snow breaks out, and this is the scene by 2 p.m. Steady, widespread snow. Even though we don't expect a lot of accumulation, it could be just enough to make things slippery. So keep that in mind for the evening commute. Temperatures tomorrow night will climb near or above freezing. We've got a wintry mix possible, especially south of the Mohawk Valley, with temperatures hovering right around freezing through Wednesday morning, so there could be some slippery spots overnight. And then things generally improve as temperatures climb above freezing heading into Wednesday afternoon. Snowfall, there should be some snow accumulation here as we head into tonight and tomorrow, but we're thinking generally an inch or two of accumulation north of the Mohawk Valley, as much as 1 to 3 inches of snowfall before, again, this starts to mix over with some sleet, freezing rain. Flurries tonight, low of 28. Tomorrow, snow developing, a high of 32. Again, an inch or two of accumulation by the end of the day. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It rains here for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Temperatures in the 40s, and we stay pretty mild even into the weekend. Cloudy skies Saturday, Sunday, cooler by Monday.
All right, so a lot of that rain is going to knock the snow away.
It sure will. Yep.
All right, thanks, Bill. Well, once we get through all of the cold,